It's Friday and I honestly couldn't be more excited because first of all, it's Friday and then I'm actually gonna have a week off next week and then I'm going on my first skiing trip in probably at least 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Because my day didn't really go as expected. And I bought the sexiest compression socks. I'm actually sort of going by myself. I'm going to be there with like a big group of people, but I just don't know anyone, so that's gonna be interesting. So I've already started packing. I'll be leaving tomorrow morning. I'll be on the train all day tomorrow. Let's get packing, I guess. I always wear a sports bra for skiing because when you go downhill and your boobs are like wobbling, it's not that comfortable. Hi and welcome back to another week in my life as a 41-year-old child-free, quite introverted woman going on a skiing trip with a big group of people where I don't really know anyone. I also talk about how and why I stopped drinking almost entirely and the topic of child-free regret. So if that's something you're interested in, welcome and I hope you enjoy watching. I have to admit, and I didn't really bring that up before, because I feel like it sounds kind of lame. But I think my relationship with traveling has changed a lot over the last few years. I think it all started with COVID, where I was way too comfortable at home. I think I was one of the few people who really celebrated being stuck at home with her husband slash back then still boyfriend. I had such a good time until it became not such a good time because it lasted way too long. By the way, I'm bringing my bare minimum. I'm not taking any jewelry, no mascara, no nothing. It's gonna be a skiing trip. I don't want to impress anyone. I bet there'll be a lot of like single people looking to mingle. I think so. But I'm just keeping it cozy, comfy, low-key. But anyway, I feel like since COVID, I've become so much more introverted. And I think that's kind of my true nature that was finally able to come out. And also we got our cats just before COVID started actually. So they are not like COVID pets, but we had been planning on getting them and got them 2 weeks before the whole pandemic started. But they also have made me such a homebody. I love just being home with them and like cuddle with them. And then when going on trips these days, I kind of miss home. But I shouldn't get carried away talking to you, but because I really need to pack. So yeah, I'm going to pick up all of this, go to the bathroom once more, and then let's see how I get all of my luggage to the train station. It's also raining, so yay, that's gonna be fun. I definitely need to unbutton my pants. Oops. I just got back from my first day on the mountain and it was so nice. I'm actually blown away. The excitement and just joy that I felt was pretty much like being a child all over again. I'm also kind of relieved. I do have to admit that this whole going skiing sort of by myself, not knowing anyone, was quite out of my comfort zone, which is a little bit difficult to admit even to myself because I used to be so independent. Like before I met my husband, I would frequently travel by myself. So I want this kind of to be a takeaway for myself to start organizing like more of our trips and be more proactive when it comes to that again. And yeah, most of the people seem to be really nice. So I think overall it's gonna be a really good week. I also quickly wanted to show you my room. That's what it looks like when you enter. I have the whole bed to myself. Really nice bathroom. Should have turned the light on. And then a really nice balcony with mountain view. So this is super cool. I just got back from the table soccer tournament tonight and it was quite fun. I haven't played in years really. I used to play with friends at a bar like almost every single weekend before we went out clubbing, but that's like 10 years ago. But what I once again realized is that there's quite the drinking culture around skiing. And that's something that I don't think I've shared in my vlogs yet, but I basically don't really drink anymore. I only drink maybe 1 glass of red wine every other month at most. But that's also part of the reason why I hardly go out anymore these days, because I'm not drinking. And I just feel more drawn to other things that are more fun without drinking. But yeah, I guess as a bit of a backstory, I've been wanting to drink less or like stop drinking for many, many years. But at the same time, it was just such a big part of my life. And I was really like partying hard. I was going out almost every single weekend, sometimes twice per week. And I loved it. But at the same time, actually my main reason why I wanted to stop drinking back then was to lose weight, because I was always like hungover, overeating. But long story short, during the first lockdown, my partner and we were drinking a lot. Like I think a lot of people, we were having a glass of wine, I think almost every single night. And that went on for pretty much the entire first lockdown. And then after that, I decided that this had to stop. And then I decided to quit drinking for 3 months. And then once I got back into drinking, I could just feel the effects on my body and my mental health way more than I ever could before. But yeah, I decided to stop drinking again. And then I kind of started going back and forth between drinking a little bit and then going on 1 to 3 months periods of not drinking at all. And this over the last like 5 years or so has evolved into myself just really not wanting to drink, like not craving alcohol, finally it not being such a big part of my life anymore. And I think COVID was really the time when I went from party girl to being such a homebody. And so yeah, I'm just still amazed that when I see these people at the bar tonight, that was totally me like 7-8 years ago. And it was fun, don't get me wrong, but I'm also at this like stage and kind of age in my life. I'm just really glad that I'm where I'm at with drinking. And obviously you do you, but for me, I feel like it has come with so many benefits. One of them is definitely mental health. Like after drinking, like I think up to 5 days, I just don't feel like myself. I don't feel as good and as happy as I usually do. And then also another big motivator back then was to be more productive, because another thing that I just noticed was that I was lacking motivation to do anything after drinking. And I really badly, like back then I was trying to start my own business. I was starting my first YouTube channel, doing all the things. And I always felt like drinking was holding me back from achieving my dreams. And I think that that was very much the case for me. I mean, now I'm struggling with potentially perimenopause, which is annoying and also comes with like mental health and motivation and like energy struggles, which is really annoying. Anyway, I need to go to bed. I need to get up at 7 to go skiing again. I'm excited.
been another really long and exhausting but also very nice skiing day, and I'm just about to fall asleep. I'm super tired. But yeah, we did the speed dating with the entire group tonight, which was interesting. They had like questions prepared. I'm realizing that I can't really speak properly with my retainer, and also my voice is once again pretty coarse. Sorry about that. And I actually spoke to another woman who was also child-free, and she's now 55, and I think it's one of the few people, and definitely the first woman I've ever met that's child-free, older, and she says that she's actually kind of regretting not having children. I'm surprised. I feel like you read very little of people who regret being child-free later in life. And she said that she felt like she's just not going to leave anything behind. Like once she's gone, she's gone. So it's basically about legacy, which for me is something that's extremely unimportant. Like I personally don't feel that important, that I have the need to like leave something behind. But she kept on saying like, yeah, you're still way younger than me, and that's something that only came later in life for her, and it worries me a little bit. But at the same time, I feel like even if there is going to be a little bit of regret later in life, it's something that I'm just so very sure about that I don't want it. Because I don't know, I feel like if having children is something you never wanted to have in the first place, then how can you regret that in a way? I don't know. Anyway, I thought that was interesting and I wanted to share. And with that, I'm wishing you a good night. And yeah, I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
For now, I'm gonna get ready and go to a pharmacy in a small village around 20 minutes from here, because my day didn't really go as expected. So I did get up super early this morning, and after a very long day on the mountains yesterday, I gotta say that I didn't really even feel like getting up. I was really tired. But yeah, I did get up, I did get ready. And then when putting on my skiing boots, I realized that my shins were hurting really bad, and remembered that yesterday, for the last hour or so when skiing, my shins were also hurting, and I had basically just assumed that it was going to go away overnight, which unfortunately it didn't. And it was way too painful to even like walk in my skiing boots, and I did not want to spend my entire day being stuck on a mountain and not being able to ski. And so since it's already like the 4th day of my skiing trip, I decided to just stay in, have a cozy day. I did some editing, I finished my last video, I had a long awesome nap, so I'm actually not too mad, but I'm a little bit worried that it's not gonna go away. I did some research and it looks like I may have something called shin bang, like when your shins repeatedly bang on the front of your boots. So this is what may have happened, and if that's the case, apparently that takes about a week to heal, so that would be unfortunate. So that's why I'm going to the pharmacy and see if they have like some painkillers, maybe something that I can put directly on my shins. Apparently you're also supposed to wear very thin socks, and I also kind of need to hurry because everything here closes at 6, so... Okay, so I just ended up seeing one of the other women downstairs. She was sitting outside having her like afternoon snack in the sun. She returned from skiing, and now we're gonna go to the city center together. And I feel like now, after a whole day like home alone, I'm ready to face other people again. So I just got home from our little shopping trip, and I bought the sexiest compression socks, and they match so well with my pink slippers. Oh my god. Just kidding, obviously. I look ridiculous, but I couldn't care less. It also really shows off my very strong calves, which have been a sore spot my entire life. But at this point, I couldn't say that I love them, but I really don't care that much anymore. So anyway, bought my first pair of compression socks, which is supposed to help with
shin bang. I think it's quite the funny term. Also got some more ibuprofen, and then got these funny kind of pads. I actually just cut them up like this, and they are supposed to go like on your shins, and they are like really squishy. And fun fact, I was just asking for scissors to cut these up, and the guy was like, yeah, you could also just use like female like hygiene pads to put them here. And I was like, wow, this is actually really smart. Would never have thought of this, but now for the future, or if anyone's interested, use your pads. Hello again. Oh, I just got back from the bar. We played some table soccer, had a few beers, alcohol free in my case. I didn't really want to leave, but now I'm realizing that I'm actually quite tired, so I'm glad that I did leave, because I do need to get up early tomorrow morning, pack everything, have an early breakfast, and then the train leaves at 10 a.m. And then let's see, I heard that Berlin Central Station is closed, so we will not arrive there. Let's see where the train ends up going. But yeah, it was a really nice last day, like really good conditions, really nice weather, nice group of people that I was skiing with today. Once again, I feel like my voice is very coarse. Again, not used to talking that much, and especially like over the last couple hours it was quite loud. But yeah, I guess a few takeaways from this trip. First of all, I still love skiing. Second, I really am quite introverted. There were people who, first of all, booked a dorm room that also didn't stop talking all day. Yeah, I realized once again that I tend to connect with other quieter people who also tend to like ask more questions instead of just talking and sharing nonstop, which I find exhausting. I had quite a few of those people on the trip. And then I guess the takeaway is that I've become a lot better with listening to what I want and setting boundaries. And I feel like I was just really good with actually hanging out with the people I wanted to hang out with, going to the places I wanted to go, and not getting dragged into like things and situations that I didn't actually want. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna pack early tomorrow, and then I'm gonna be on the train all day tomorrow. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.